Hey everyone, it's Jack here, Talk Norwich City. I hope you're all doing very well indeed. Norwich City return to action at Carrow Road this weekend, which I'm so excited about actually. I haven't seen a good performance from Norwich at Carrow Road for quite some time, so I'm hoping tomorrow's game against Wigan is the day that we see that. A big thank you as always to BetMate, who are sponsoring all of the preview content this season. I love their app loads. You can download it using the link in the description. It's a fantasy football type game, and tomorrow we are entering the 3 p.m. multi-pot. It's £3 to enter with guaranteed £600 prize money. It could be more. My team is on the screen now. A selection of players from the 3 p.m. kickoffs. I've gone big on former Norwich man Harry Kane. He's going to be captaining my side. Chris has also got a team. You can go up against us with BetMate. Simply download the app. The link's in the description. And you can find the pot on the home screen. That's over £600 in guaranteed payouts. Big thanks to BetMate, who will be featuring more, and there will be championship leagues on there very soon. So you can pick some Norwich City players, which I'm really looking forward to. More from them in the future. In terms of this game then, well, Norwich City need 3 points. It's as simple as that. It was an incredibly disappointing opening to the campaign against Cardiff, where not only the result was poor, but the manner of the display was concerning. I think we can say that. Just in terms of the creativity that we provided was basically non-existent, and my big concern is the lack of service that Teemu Pukki is getting, not only in that Cardiff game but also it's been a pattern under Dean Smith. Now I know that Daniel Farke's style was incredibly different, but the one guarantee you got from that was service to Teemu Pukki. And when you give Pukki 3 or 4 chances in the Championship, he's going to score one of them, and that will win you games. That wasn't the case against Cardiff. He didn't register a single shot. We need to change that against Wigan tomorrow. Now, the positive for Dean Smith going into this game is there's more options for him. Norwich confirmed the signing of Marcelino Nunez in the week, which adds options to the midfield area where we are desperately short. At the moment, it was plain and obvious that we lacked creativity from them areas, and also lacked a bit of defensive composure. I think we allowed Cardiff a lot of the ball in those areas, and I think we do that against Wigan, and we could find ourselves on the receiving end of another painful result. Another pleasing thing is Gabriel Sara. Now, apparently he will be up for selection along with Marcelino Nunez, which gives you options. Now, I can't see Gabriel Sara starting, considering his recent injuries and his lack of match fitness. Dean Smith said in the press conference on Friday morning that Nunez is far more ready to go, so to say, than Gabriel Sara. So I suspect Nunez could be thrown in the deep end, and that will be exciting. And it's going to be fascinating to see how Smith approaches this one, because there is a degree of pressure on him now. It's always been fascinating kind of speaking to other Norwich City fans, and I think there is growing concern around what Dean Smith can get out of this side. I don't think he's got as many excuses as he had last year. I think there was probably a degree of sympathy being thrown in the deep end in a side that had already kind of sank from the Premier League without any of his own signings. He doesn't really have any of those excuses this time. We're on paper probably one of the strongest sides, if not the strongest side in the Championship. He's made a couple of signings that are his own, and now it's up to him to get the best out of them. The concern for Norwich is Wigan in their first game, a 0-0 draw against Preston on paper isn't the best result. They had 20 shots in that game with an expected goals tally of 1.75, which is far, far better than what we had against Cardiff. Neither team in that game posed a particularly potent attacking threat. The good thing for Norwich is that I know we lost the game, but we restricted Cardiff to no shots within our box. That's pleasing. I think there's going to be an improved performance at home. And it doesn't take much in the Championship to turn things around quickly. All it takes is 3 or 4 wins on the board and a couple of good performances at Carrow Road, and suddenly the mood's very different. But it's important we get started quickly, because realistically, the last time Norwich fans saw a brilliant season in person was a good while ago now, because we missed the last Championship promotion campaign due to COVID. We've had 2 terrible Premier League campaigns that we've witnessed with our very eyes. So it's been a while since there's been a string of consistent performances at Carrow Road, and in general for people to see. So it's important that we change that this time around. Grant Hanley is, of course, going to be out through suspension. The good thing is Ben Gibson is fit and ready for selection. So I suspect the defence and the goalkeeper will remain unchanged, barring Gibson coming in for Grant Hanley. There is probably slight pressure on Tim Krul now to keep his place. I can't see Angus Gunn being happy with remaining as a number 2 in the Championship. I think he'll want to progress, and it seems like he's in a position to take the number 1 spot, but Dean Smith is sticking true to Tim Krul. The midfield is where my eyes are going to be drawn to at 11:30 tomorrow when team news is announced. I think Kenny McLean will remain in the side, and I think he'll be next to Nunes, who comes in. I think there needs to be a bit of change there. I suspect that Nunes will be the man to come straight in. You've then got, I assume, 3 behind the striker. Now, I suspect Josh Sargent will start. However, I hope he doesn't. And I hope that Onel Hernandez gets a run in the side. I think Hernandez, yes, I know his final product isn't ideal, but I think he scares defenders. I think Norwich fans enjoy him. I think he's got a rawness and a kind of that raw just pace can scare defenders, and I like that about him. And I haven't seen anything from Josh Sargent to convince me to keep him in the side. He's certainly not Premier League quality. I doubt very much that he's Championship quality on the showings that I've seen from him so far. I think Cantwell will keep his place. Having watched that Cardiff game back, I think Dean Smith's pinning a lot of hope on Todd Cantwell. It seemed like all of our kind of creative moves were trying to go through Todd. And I think Dean Smith likes Todd Cantwell. I think we'll see a lot more of him this season. There's pressure on him to perform because a lot of our kind of moves going forward are expected to go through him and him to create things. And Timu Pukki needs service, and Todd Cantwell is a big factor for that. I think Rashica will keep his place. He's been disappointing. There's no other way to describe it since his arrival. There's been very small bursts of goodness. But in general, he's been poor. And then, of course, Timu Pukki up front, who I suspect will keep his place. You've also got Jordan Hugill, who's going to be banging on Dean Smith's door, asking for a start. And maybe that will come sometime soon. And maybe we'll see 2 up front and a slight change in formation. But I don't think there's going to be too much movement from the formation we played against Cardiff and the personnel that played against Cardiff. I think they all deserve a bit of time to at least bed themselves in. Of course, there may well be changes, and I suspect Hernandez and Nunes are at the top of the list for that. I'm expecting us to win. I hope we win. We need a win. Let me know how you're feeling going into the early kickoff on Saturday. I hope to see some of you at Carrow Road. I'm buzzing to be back. Hopefully the sun is shining, and hopefully we all have a very joyous day. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to enter some of the BetMate leagues. We're entering the 3 p.m. multi-pot. 4 games, pick your best team, and £600 worth of payouts. Link to download the app down in the description below. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.